last time I was here, I went to a store and I was like, "Give me weed," and they're like, "Do you have a doctor's recommendation?" I'm like, "What the fuck? I thought it was legal." And they're like, "It isn't a recreational store. This is a medical dispensary." And I was like, "Oh, my bad." So,
when I was younger, like I didn't become a stoner until I was 38. So I never understood why stoners like those movies so much. Yes, I understood, hey, Jay and Silent Bob are weed dealers, but I never understood, like, why do people like these movies? Then when I started, like age 38, I became a wake and baker. And prior to that, maybe you could count on two hands the amounts I smoked over the course of my life. Like I was raised in the just say no era of Nancy Reagan and stuff. So weed was as bad as cocaine, and as they told us in the 80s. But generally speaking, when I think of a stoner, the stoner that turned me into a stoner was Seth Rogen. My vampire Lestat was Seth Rogen, because he was a first functioning stoner I ever met. So I was like, man, that's against the stereotype.
I didn't think, like, oh fuck, that's gonna be some place where they're gonna be like, it's Jay and Silent Bob. And even more so because I'm fucking dressed like the characters. So she's looking at us both, man, and I was like, "Hey, how are you?" And she's like, "I didn't know if you guys were real." And I was like, we were the weed fairies.
I think it's generous to call it Jay and Silent Bob caricatures. When most of us would just say they're fucking cartoons. Do I regret those movies at all? Not at all. Like, you know, they're fun, you know, to say the least. But is that a portrayal of a stoner? Like, no. They're like the Cheech and Chong version of a stoner. The Bob and Doug McKenzie version of a stoner. While I was in Denver, Colorado Springs, Fort Collins, every night we did a show, either Jay and Silent Bob Get Older or Q&A. I was always kind of just at one point shouting at the audience going like, you guys were the model.
Look, they can be fucking civilized and smoke weed and they didn't burn up the fucking state or anything like that. So because there were no stories of like, they legalized fucking weed in Colorado and then 8 people ate a baby the next day. Because there wasn't anything like that, California just went legal as well. So, excellent fucking job.
They check your license even if you're buying a grinder. Like, they're just insanely, at least the store I went to, was insanely stringent about things, and not in a bad way, where I'm like, this is ridiculous. And they kept walking me through it, going like, you know, it's just, we follow the regulations to the letter. So I was not like, what is this? I can't believe what kind of world we live in. I can't open my weed in my car. Like, these are minor, like, rules to have to follow. Just like, you know, there've always been rules for alcohol as well, you know, and they're very minor, and it's nice to see everyone follow them. I didn't, in my interactivity with it, the entire system this week that I've been here, I didn't find one flaw.
Ladies and gentlemen of Denver, you had a good time this evening. I cannot thank you enough for coming out and selling us out for 2 shows. We will be back next